name is Eka Avaliani, Professor of Global History and also Doctor of Historical Sciences. Today we have distinguished guest from America, Dr. Professor Peter Baofu. I want you to introduce shortly about his experience and provide this information. Professor Baofu is an author of 114 visions and theories in 146 books on all topics in the social sciences, in natural sciences, in humanities, and the formal sciences, in relationship with the mind, nature, society, culture, together with some universal theories.
Unified theories.
Unified theories of everything. Also, I would like to mention that Professor Peter Baofu had an opportunity to travel and live around the world in 1940 nations. He was staying and sharing his experience, as well as this year he plans to visit more than 100 nations. Today we have a great opportunity to ask him to share his experience, provide his pieces from his visions and theories. And I have a final question. You mentioned about your theory that after, I don't know, 100 years after, we will be replaced by post-human race. I don't know, it's a race or people. It's better to ask you to explain who will be these newcomers, let's say.
It's just like evolution before us. You have different groups over time. Some emerge, some become extinct, and then some new species emerging to replace the previous one. But that doesn't stop with us. We are just part of that process. The process is ongoing. And when is the next one? The next one is my prediction. That is what I call the post-humans. It will not be people like you and me. It will be people who are, I propose more than probably 10 theories to talk about the post-human species or races, however you call that. They have different groups. They are not one thing only. They are just like humans. Humans, we have so many different people. You have Chinese, Japanese, German, white, blacks, men, women, all these are humans. In the post-humans case, those are many different people. They will not be like you and me. In fact, it's very funny that you ask this question. I saw some films about mutants. You see them? I saw a film made by a feminist, I think several weeks ago. In that film, they show a gathering of white men in a room. And the white man said, oh, women, they do not belong here, they are weaker. And all of a sudden, next door, there is a mutant. The mutant is a woman. The mutant can destroy, change everything. Now, it's funny to me in a way because that kind of feminist ideology, in a way, is a misunderstanding of what I call post-humans. Because in the post-humans world, it's not a question of men versus women. That is no longer the case. It will be different forms of forces. They fight with each other. You can, in fact, in some of the post-human world, you may have a body. Here is human, but here is a insect. Or here is, you might have a leg like this, and then here is just a flower. You have all this, so it's not a question about man versus. In fact, in those cases, when these feminists create the theme to make women look good, the point that I'm trying to make is a misunderstanding because in that case, in fact, they are championing masculinity. Because for a mutant to behave like that, now you glorify masculinity, look down on femininity. You see that? A mutant in those films made by feminists, they always make the mutant who is a woman on the outside. They are very strong, they destroy everything. But then, oh, why are you a woman? Now you behave like a man. You understand me? So that is a contradiction. That's a problem that I see in the ideology, but in the post-human world, things doesn't work like that. They will be fighting with each other, but in a different way, different forms, different environments, different conflicts. But we are still thinking like a human mind, fighting feminism versus masculinism. We are still thinking like that, but those are very primitive way of thinking about the post-human future. So there can be floating unconsciousness, or I propose hyperspatial consciousness, some combination of planned versus robotic, combination of different genetic makeup. I mean, all kinds of things. Some machine mixed with different flesh, also downloading of the human mind into a computer so that you can live in that machine instead of living. There are all kinds of possibilities. But that is not now, but we are progressing toward that slowly and slowly and slowly to the point that we will no more humans left. And even at that time, by the way, the people do not even notice they are not humans anymore because they are gradual.
So, would they have the artificial intellect?
Yes, but by the way, the notion of artificiality is also misleading because at that time almost everything is artificial now. Before, everything is based on evolution only. Everything is natural, naturalistic. But now with the emergence of humans, we change a lot of things. Look, we have some light here. In the older days, without electricity, you don't have light. You live in darkness in the evening. But now we have light. When it's too hot, we have aircon. But in the older days, you do not have that. Lions and tigers or snakes in nature, they don't live like that. They don't have aircon. Hot is hot, cold is cold. You endure that. If you're not, then you die out. But now we have the technology. We are changing a lot of things in life. We are even changing. We are trying to change natural laws. By the way, in the longer term, I even propose in the future that we might even change the location, the movement of the planets and all that, but it's far, far, far into the future. The point is artificiality versus naturalness would have the kind of dialectic more and more. So it's no longer it's the natural, artificial, the dialectic will move on, but in a different forms, different violence, different ways of understanding life. So, but they don't think in terms of what are you thinking, natural versus artificial. The notion of natural, artificial will be very different. But we move on to the next round. There will be many rounds to come.
Thank you very much, Peter, for such a very interesting interview. I think our students will enjoy to listen us on IBSU television and hope that they will learn much interesting things that they use during their research, during their classes, and during their writing essays. And now Georgian students, not only Georgian students, but international community of IBSU have an opportunity to use your books, your theories and views in their research papers. It was nice. Thank you very much to find time and stay with us.
Thank you for inviting me.